I'm a living testimony. Should have been dead and gone, but God, He let me live on. I'm a living testimony. And I thank God that I'm still alive. I've seen miracle after miracle deep down in my soul. Hey, people, how y'all? How y'all doing? Hi, Princess A and Connie Bernard, Rainy Boo, Leah and WWE Diva, WWE Diva 715. How you doing? Kenitha Russell. We gonna talk about testimony. So the food creature, I know a lot of y'all wondering, Timothy, why are you over here addressing this fool? He got 135 views on his videos, right? She gets behind that wheel and she thinks she's really letting you have it, honey. I tried with all my heart to avoid the word retarded in my earlier video, but I see this boy is not going to allow me to be nice to him, right? So we'll take another effort and then putting this boy to sleep. So he's talking about testimony now. So let's see how we're going to do this. First, we're going to get his definition. Ooh, that face, girl. Ooh.
First off, I want to go over what a testimony is.
Mm-hmm.
A testimony is if you've been through something or seen something, you tell the story. And towards the end or at the end, you are triumph. There's a triumph there. Something that you worked through, something that you have gained, something that you can teach back to others.
Mm-hmm.
A cautionary tale, however, is what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? How you doing there? How not to end up.
Mm-hmm.
What situations not to be in.
Right.
Hence the word cautionary. Take caution. Don't do this. Don't do what I've done. Don't live how I live. Don't.
Nigga, shut up. Okay, now we have his definition of what a testimony is. Professor Food Junky. What happened to that little green man, girl? Why didn't you bring the green man on to give testimony? This will be short, I promise you. Chapter 9, deliverance. What a sweet sound this word was to my ears. The implication was that by the power of God, a person like me could be set free from whatever held them captive. It seems like every time someone used that word in church, I'd be on my feet. In the prison chapel, there were ministers and ministries coming in from all over the state of California. But it was when somebody got up at that pulpit talking about how God had delivered them from X, Y, and Z that my very soul would cry out, hallelujah. This is what I wanted most from the Lord. More than anything else in the world, I wanted to be free. Being free is not the same thing as being in remission. Being in remission means spending every day in fear of relapse. It means raising my hand, as is the custom in 12-step groups, every day of my life to proclaim that to a group and to myself that I am an incurable alcoholic and a drug addict, which for me only reaffirms the curses of the devil over me. As long as I parroted and magnified his power over me, he would continue to use that power to destroy me. I had danced this particular dance enough with the enemy of my soul. I had danced this particular dance with the enemy of my soul enough times by now to know that, at least in my case, he always won. It was time to rebuke the evil one and give praise and honor to the Holy One who gives life. So there's my definition of a testimony, right? I believe what I said in my writing was, They preached and preached and preached in prison, right? They want to do everything they could to deliver your soul. It was when somebody came in from the streets, honey, and what did they do? They gave their testimony. They gave their testimony. And sometimes the testimonies were horrendous. People had some real serious past, honey, things that I couldn't even conceive. But you know what? It changed my whole goddamn life, right? Because I began to believe. I began to believe not because of what the preacher was preaching, not because of what the Bible said. I became free because I heard these people's testimony. It is a real thing. Idiot boy. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about, child. So he's going on for all this, for another hour and a half, whatever it is, talking about Timothy Blaine. He will not let it go. He seems to think that he is really letting me have it. He seems to think that he is somehow reading me by commenting on my life. Look what happened to you. Look what happened. It's a cautionary tale. Look what happened. This is what you should. Why am I so uncomfortable? The food monster. What in the fuck? What am I lacking? That's what I'm trying to understand. In my mind, God has delivered me, nigga, and I'm not lacking anything. Now you imagine a person diagnosed with HIV/AIDS in 1986. I know for a lot of people here were even born, girl, 30-some years. In 1986, to live your life as though it's going to end within 5 years. Why? Because that's how long the lifespan was for people diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, right? So that was 1986. I was in the streets getting high, right? There was no reason for me to expect to live more than 5 years, right? Because no one I knew who had been exposed to HIV/AIDS ever lived past that length of time, right? So when I tell you that I have a testimony, you punk ass bitch, I'm telling you, girl, I have come through something. Isn't that the definition you just gave? Idiot. I don't know why these people think that my life is such a disaster. It ain't no disaster, honey. God has changed my world, turned it all around, bitch. Years and years and years of the streets and prison and jail and thievery and all the things that I came through, bitch. I say to you now, nigga, behold, for all things have become new. All things have become new. You are a new creature. God said it to me, not in the book, in my soul. I knew it. God. So when you try to diminish my testimony, punk, and you try to diminish my deliverance, sissy, what you're doing is telling me that God is not real and it all meant nothing. Is that what you're saying, sissy? You keep telling me about my drug use 20 years ago, girl, and you keep telling me about my health status going back 32 years. You tell me all this shit, and I'm telling you, girl, that I have been delivered from those things. That is not my life now. I am totally comfortable where I live. And you think I somehow a read? Oh, look what the condition you, Miss Thing. I live in San Francisco, California, girl. I live very comfortably, girl. I'm not lacking nothing. When I want to eat, I eat. When I get up in the morning, I don't got to get up at 4:30 in the morning like you. When I get up in the morning, I walk my dog, my lovely, precious little animal, around the block, around 4 or 5 blocks, right? When I come back, I have a choice, bitch. Do I want oatmeal or cream of wheat? Those are my favorites for breakfast, right? Oatmeal or cream of wheat, girl. And you know what my next decision is? Do I want to soak my feet or take a nap, bitch? Because I can do whatever I want to do. Idiot. You keep telling me, oh, you can get up and go to work. What kind of fools is working in their 60s, girl? Very few, honey. Very few, because they have an actual career or something they want to do. It's because they want to do it. But they ain't got to do it, bitch. They ain't got to do it. So you totally talk over the fact that I told you, I don't lie. I don't lie about my life. You can read it in the book. I was diagnosed in 1986, girl. Wouldn't you think, Miss Thing, I mean, let me see. Wouldn't you think that a person who was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS in 1986 and is still alive today, who is comfortable, who is happy, I'm relatively happy, I would say, and then the person got caught up in drugs, and he had done all this time in jail and all this kind of stuff, right? For him to get out of jail, him to get out of AIDS, or to live long enough till medications came along, wouldn't you say that person has a testimony? Because when I began this thing, I was trying to explain to your dumb ass that the man, it was specifically one person, but the men who were coming into prison and giving their testimony, girl, is what saved and changed my life. God working through these people, girl, had more of an influence on me, you stupid bitch. But you don't honor all that. Oh, the government. What are you niggas with the government, girl? What's wrong with you motherfuckers, girl? Let me tell you something, punk. Most black people started off poor. A whole lot of us came out of projects. Don't put on no airs. It just is what it is. A whole lot of people came out of the projects, correct? If you were living in the projects, girl, weren't you on government assistance? If you were living in the projects, weren't you on food stamps? And didn't you get free lunches, girl? When exactly did you become so grand and so above it all? Right? So people like you stupid idiot, will say, oh, look at, I came so far. You came so far because you have a car payment? What are you talking about, girl? You came so, what do you come to? Then when I take my nap, bitch, I say, well, what do we have for lunch, Timothy? I can walk out my door. I'm in a walkable neighborhood. I sit right in the heart of the Castro, girl. I can pick out anything I want. I have money to do it, right? And then you say, oh, yeah, the government gave it to you. The government. Girl, it's laughable. It's pretty close to laughable what the government actually contributes to people. They ain't doing all that, honey. They're giving you your Social Security, which you paid in for all your whole goddamn life. Not the amount that you paid in, girl, but just the fact that you are an American citizen. And when you reach a certain age, you get Social Security. What is this? What's so hard? What's so complicated about this? Why do these poor, pitiful ass niggas got to constantly try to prove that they have somehow successful? They're not successful, but they have to pretend that they're successful. Why do you have to keep trying to convince yourself that you are successful, right? I would say that me getting out of prison, girl, at 40 years old, bitch, and no longer go to prison, girl, no longer have to steal anything, girl, and don't nobody have to lie about anything, girl. Don't have to take no drugs, girl. Don't have to drink anything, girl. Don't got to smoke a cigarette, girl. Don't got to have sex all the goddamn time, girl. Ain't nobody got to do shit, bitch. And you telling me I'm some kind of failure? Are you crazy, nigga? Because you dragging your punk ass to that job. So he said, no, I don't watch pods. I don't watch pods. I'm a server. And the difference is, what is this big success, girl? Hi, y'all. Glad that troll gone. Who is this? That's Rico. How you? Oh, look at all the people. So does that boy piss me off? Child, people with 130, I think she got all the way up to 190 views, girl. They're pissants. They don't mean shit, girl. Her opinions don't mean nothing, bitch. She constantly talking about how I don't work. Nigga, I'm getting more than 130 views on my videos, girl. You don't want to call it work? Whatever, bitch. There's people on here can give testimony that they're getting millions, bitch. Right? Depends on what you want to do, what you can do, what you're capable of doing, girl. You always want to downgrade YouTube, except they own YouTube, girl. Right? So it's somehow is in your mind is better to work at Church's Chicken? The fuck are you talking about? It's supplemental income, nigga. You want to supplement it by working at Church's Chicken? Flip a hamburger. Oh, you can go to work. You can go to work, you stupid ass motherfucker. You're so trained in your brain, girl, that you believe that working is the goal for everybody. Do you know, I know people who work. I have people in my own family work, girl, who've been on their jobs and can't stand their goddamn jobs. They hate it. And you know what they're waiting for, girl? They're waiting for their fucking retirement so they can get the fuck out of it. And then they can do what they want to do. to invest it. So what? Oh, I got a 401k. Oh, I got a 401k. Girl, okay, so you added $300 to whatever you get from Social Security. We're so impressed. You're such a big success. Stop trying to put people beneath you. You niggas are not beneath nobody, girl. We're going strictly on your personality. And as I tried to explain to you before, you are inept. Until you can accept that you have a mental disability, bitch, until you can accept that, you will never know happiness. You will never know happiness. You will always bring your punk ass on here trying to justify your existence, girl. Trying to tell somebody that you are successful because in your mind, oh, I'm successful. I go to work. I go to work. And how's that impress me, girl? Ah, the government paying your rent. The government, and that's a bad thing. What's wrong with these people? Girl, you niggas was born in them projects. Jay Wilson in the trailer park, which is beneath the projects, lower than the project. He had to look up to see the projects, right? We're just black people, honey. Girls, we come from meager beginnings, right? But you niggas was embarrassed when you got those free lunches, right? Instead of sitting down and doing your work, bitch, like you're supposed to do, because your mama done sacrificed her life to take care of you, you are ashamed. You were embarrassed because your mama is in the projects. You were embarrassed because you probably ain't got no daddy, because if you had a daddy, you wouldn't even be in the projects, girl. I'm from the project my own goddamn self, nigga. You think I'm not aware of the fact that ain't nobody in the project got no damn daddy? And the ones who do have somebody who they call a father have to sneak in, girl. They got to hide his shoes because he ain't supposed to be contributing anything to the household, girl. And how many of those were it? Stop putting on airs, is what I'm saying to you, girl. Bitch, you say my life is unsuccessful. I say it's wonderful. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I can stamp a few coins and go to New York if I want to. I can do whatever I want to do, bitch. You're the one got to get in that car and go to drive to work. Oh, look at me. I cannot be. I'm driving. Why wouldn't you be driving, girl? Where do you live, nigga? I'll be a goddamn. I was having a discussion this morning. This guy was walking our dogs, and he was telling me that he wanted to buy a car. And I asked him simply, what would you do with it? I mean, we live right in the most walkable area of San Francisco. We're right in the middle of San Francisco, girl. All you got to do is walk out the goddamn door. Your store's right there. Restaurant's right there. The train's right in front of you. Everything is right here, girl. It's because of where we live, bitch. If you go to New York City, girl, you're not going to find a whole lot of people talking about their goddamn car. But since you live in God knows in Atlanta, some goddamn where everybody has a car, what is the big brag? I'm from Indiana, girl. I didn't even know any adults that didn't have a car. It's just that is just the culture, bitch. It ain't got nothing to do with me, Miss Thing. I am fine. Don't worry about it. But since you disrespectful punks want to continually come over here and try to rile me, you think you're so smart. You keep telling us that you're smart and you keep touching your face. Why don't you take my advice? If you want your skin to get better, why don't you stop taking the hands that you touch this and you touch that and you touch shit, you wipe your own ass, you're touching shit all day, right? Just in the natural course of things, unless you're wearing gloves, latex gloves around your own damn house, right? You get in that car and you start rubbing that ugly ass face, girl, and then you don't understand why your skin is so bad. My guess, you have probably been putting your hands on your face your entire life, but your hands are dirty. Your hands are dirty, honey. They're filthy. You don't see, you got to see evidence. No, your hands are filthy. I don't give a goddamn if you got to a shower an hour ago, girl, and you keep putting that in that skin, girl, and that skin is already bad, bitch. And that may be why that skin is so goddamn bad and ugly, disgusting. Keep your hands off your face, punk. Anybody taught you nothing? Gonna bring her ugly ass. Then she puts her face like this. She said, you see, where's the ugly? He said, I'm ugly. This thing I could throw up. Look at this fool. He can't talk. He ugly. He can't do shit, girl. Where is the here's what I'm gonna do. Food junkie, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with you, boy, because frankly, since you think you're working me or you kind of get yourself some numbers, you have 135, maybe 180 people who watch that pitiful ass display, right? I'll get 2,000 or 3,000 views from just cussing your ass out, right? So explain to me now how you're winning. Winning. Ooh, he jealous of me. Ooh, he jealous. Girl, you're not winning, bitch. You just giving me my content for the day. Let's go over here and cuss out this stupid ass food junkie. I wonder how long she can hold on before she realizes, girl, maybe this is not the right argument for me. Hey, team, just got home from work. Okay, and everybody mad at work. You ready for this, girl? You see that, honey, I ain't started shit with this boy. I'm going to give y'all a little bit more taste so y'all don't believe me. Look at that face. I don't know who told this nigga he's fine, honey.
Be where I am right now.
Where are you?
My station in life.
What's your station in life, nigga? Now, wait a minute. Hold on. What exactly is your station in life? Are you Beyonce? What are you, a successful rapper or something, girl? Are you have a real estate company? What is your station in life as opposed to my station in life? You want to sew fabric? I want to write books. What is your station in life, right? You have a pitiful, boring ass house with junk all over it, girl, and I'd like to decorate. Okay, so what is your station in life, nigga? I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want to do, punk. But you ain't able to do whatever you want to do, girl. You got to take your ass on that job, nigga. People who work, don't take this stuff. Please, this stuff ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I'm talking specifically to this punk who does not want to let me alone. He done brought this bullshit up from years ago or 9 months ago, girl, and she feel like she is working it now. Oh, I'm going to get a whole lot of videos. What difference does it make if you get a lot of videos, food junkie? Nobody looking at it, girl. Nobody wants to see that shit. You got 199 views. You've been up for 4 hours with this bullshit, and you got 199 views. Right? When I clicked on, girl, that moment I had 199 views, girl. She got one comment. I love the beard, food junkie. That's it from Yummy Girl. Let me see if I can find a place in this.
What I didn't hear.
Rubbing the face the whole time. Rubbing the face.
You know what I'm saying?
Filth, dirt.
I only watched 7 minutes and 18 seconds of that video. Is that I'm so mentally disabled.
Yes, you are.
Physically handicapped.
Monster.
That I've been placed in my job.
Right.
I've been placed.
Right. Okay. You've been placed. So you want to make a big deal because I said you probably been placed on your job, girl. Are you saying that you couldn't have been placed on your job? Food junkie. Are you telling me that you have never collected SSI in your life? Because you qualify, boy. If I qualify, you certainly qualify for SSI, nigga. You are mentally handicapped. You sound like a goddamn fool. You're on the edge of your seat cussing out people as they pass by in the cars, girl. You're so volatile. And it's only going to be a matter of time for somebody takes you up on your offer. They're going to pull you out of that whatever piece of junk you're driving, and they're going to beat the shit out of you. Why? Because you're stupid. You're stupid, and you picked on the wrong one, girl. Hi, y'all. Look at a little puppy. Diva 888. A little puppy emoji. I don't move fast enough to put no emojis in. There is Diva. They are women, honey. Diddy. Why can't they be like, see how my baby comes over? You see how he is, how sweet and good he is, child? What you doing? Stop that barking. Will you stop it, please? Thank you. That's why people like dogs, honey, because of these niggas. Y'all make people like dogs, bitch. Who we talking about? We talking about the food junkie monster, that hideous creature. Y'all remember a guy named Quasimodo? Quasimodo. He was the legendary hunchback of Mildredane. Where's Mildredane at? Is that in England? He is that motherfucker, sanctuary. Because all the townspeople were chasing him because he was so dumb and so ugly, girl. He could walk around, sanctuary. Food junkie. Because you can talk into these cameras, child, it doesn't mean that you're smart. All it means is you're able to talk without nobody interrupting you. That's all it is. Anytime you confront a real human being, girl, you sound like a stupid idiot because that's what you are. I'm sorry, but that is what you are. Right? And you want to keep, you think I'm going to get friendlier to you? What is your goal? You want to be disrespected? Is that what it is? See, I don't like all this disrespect shit they do on here, girl. But it seems like you want to be disrespected because there's some part of you who knows that these are the things that you are. It's what you are, girl. Right? Now, people who have been disabled, you've probably been stupid your whole life. More than likely, you at some point you were on disability, right? And then people like that, they are happy when they get a job. They value having a job, right? Because they never had one. They've never been treated like a regular person, right? So if they give you a job being a server, or they give you a job being a pot washer, or whatever the fuck they got, you're happy about it, girl, because you're able to go to work. I see it all the time. Safeway store, they hire handicapped people, bless their hearts, and they are there, honey. They like to be able to work, but most people, they ain't trying to spend the rest of their life in Safeway. You ain't advanced nothing, girl. You still working in the goddamn kitchen or restaurant or wherever the fuck it is, girl. I don't know. They gonna dox me. Dox you from what? Dox you from what, girl? You're serving in some penny ass restaurant, girl. That ain't shit. Oh, I'm working. Got all that shit from Jay Wilson. I'm working. He working. He working. Go ahead, work, nigga. Tim is my Zappy. Who's a Zappy? What that is? Yeah, I just assume not even speak to the boy. I just do it if I want to, girl. I ain't got no content for today. I said, well, who's talking shit today? And I just go in there, okay, let me go over here and knock this nigga around a little bit. And he feels like he is manipulating me, and he is causing me to come back at him, which will give him content. He has some old man with no teeth on his thumbnail. Oh, this is going to really bring him in. So if it's really going to bring him in, Food Junkie, why ain't they brought in, girl? How long you been on YouTube? 10 years? You've been on YouTube 10 years, girl, and your videos are bringing 130, 199, sometimes 35 views, this thing. But you're so brilliant, right? And you think you over here really let me have it, girl. You're a stupid person. You are. You're silly. If you knew how to respect people, there's no way in hell I'd be speaking to you this way. But this is the only thing you're going to accept, because this is how you feel on the inside. On the inside, you are dumb. And maybe it helps you somehow to hear it. I don't know what your psychology is, girl. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, bitch. 1981, baby? What's the 1981? Shoshana. He is mad about being called ugly. She already talking about his beard, girl. She keep putting her funky, filthy ass hands all in her face. She's rubbing the face the whole time, right? Nigga, nobody's here is stupid, girl. And then yesterday, she even had the nerve to say, look at my cheeks. Look at these cheekbones. Look at these cheekbones. Ugly motherfucker. You only grew a beard because you are ugly. You know it. I know it. And perhaps many people over here can't see it, but I see it, girl. I see through you, bitch. You an ugly motherfucker. You know you an ugly nigga. And now you're trying to grow a beard to hide half your face, because that's what a beard does. It cuts off half your face, girl, where all that scarring is. Remember those deep holes you have all in your skin? And then you're going to come on here, you can't even trim the goddamn beard up. I mean, how much does it cost to go get your beard trimmed up if you can't do it yourself, girl? What about that retarded motherfucker you live with? Can he trim it up for you, girl? Because it's real straggly looking, honey. It's just a cover up, bitch. You're just covering up what you look like. Monster. Child, that creature is hideous. Thank you, Mona. Manda, 868. You look more youthful than that creature. I don't know what the hell how they defining this success of theirs, girl. Like, if I just stay on a job, then I'm successful. So is working at IBM, is that the same as working at Burger King? I'm just trying to understand. So are you a tech genius? What is the thing? I'm working. So goddamn what? That's what you say to somebody in their 20s, girl. That's what you say to somebody in their 30s. And that's what you say to somebody in their 40s, girl, because they take pride in their work. They get their identity from their work, right? And hopefully they do their job good. Hopefully they're on something that they enjoy doing, but that is their identity. It is not the identity of a person in their 60s, mid 60s. Bitch, I'm about to be 64 years old. And you really believe that I'm going to gather with the old people? We can all sit around and say, "Ooh, I work. Well, what do you work doing, baby? Oh, I clean the toilets down there at the Hilton. I'm cleaning the toilets." You're making too big a deal out of it, nigga. Get your ass up and take your ass to work. That's your business. It ain't got a goddamn thing to do with me, bitch. They're trying to shut you up, Uncle Tim, but do not waver. Keep speaking. You got to tell them, girl. Or they're just going there every day and just talk about you like a damn dog. What is their interest in my life? I don't understand it, child. It's like they're trying to bounce their life off of mine. You would hope, nigga, you would hope to be in the condition that I am in at 63, girl. You would hope to be in that same condition at 63. It don't look that good for you. I'm just telling you the truth. Of course, you ain't never going to come in here and tell us the truth about you. Why you had a dramatic weight loss. It seems like you're gaining some of the weight back. Is that because of medication, or is that because they had to cut into your ass? You'll never tell the truth about any goddamn thing. That's the difference between me and these punks and these monsters, girl. I don't have a problem with telling the truth. I like telling the truth. I think the truth has value. And it might come down to that situation I had at Vacaville State. It's a different prison. At Vacaville State Prison. Because when them people came in and gave their testimony, girl, it just kind of woke me up. God, I believe you. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this not one more goddamn day. And when I say I'm delivered, that means that while I was still in the prison, been many times, girl, I knew it's done. There was just a point, it is done, honey. I was praying to my God night and day, girl, and God touched and delivered. Now, if that's a shameful thing to you, bitch, I would suggest you pick up your Bible or some kind of spiritual readings, and then you need to connect with the power greater than yourself, right? Because you keep trying to prove that you are something that you're not, right? God will fix you up on the inside, where you won't have to try to prove shit. You ain't got to try to prove nothing. God helped me, saved me. Thank you. Hey, glory. Mm-hmm. No, it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me. One day when I was lost, God laid him on the cross, and I know that it was that blood for me. They said it was a rambling word. They say it was a rambling word. They say it was a rambling word for me. Boy, get your ass together, the food junkie. Get your ass together, punk. Come on here, girl, trying to, how are you going to keep saying that you're smart? I mean, what kind of person goes around saying they're smart all the time? And what kind of idiot goes around talking about how beautiful they are and rubbing their face? Ooh, you see how ugly. Ooh, look at these cheekbones. Ooh, because you don't see it as being stupid, the food junkie tells me you have a mental deficiency, right? But people with a mental deficiency, they can still be respected if they're not attacking people, right? People don't talk to people like this. It's not normal. But it's okay when I'm talking to you. You and your sister, Jay Wilson. Shame on him for trying to shame you. Ain't that something? I don't know what they think I'm supposed to do. But I get a bigger television. Is that how you define success? I don't understand what what I'm missing out on is what I don't understand. You're condition you in, the condition you in. And then they constantly talking about the government, nigga, because you motherfuckers were ashamed. You were ashamed. And Jay Wilson stayed in the closet 50 years, girl. You know he's ashamed. He's ashamed of his sexuality. He was ashamed of his piss poor conditions, girl. He's ashamed that his mama got assistance. He's ashamed that his daddy obviously was some piss poor ass nigga. If he can't get his goddamn whole his family of 9 kids, girl, out of a goddamn raggedy ass tin can, girl. So his daddy was more than likely, he was pitiful, girl. And they're ashamed. They're ashamed of everything. So they have been taught that the worst thing to do is to get government assistance. Girl, hey, it's not welfare, stupid ass nigga. And even if it is welfare, girl, I respect a woman who knows how to go down there, girl, and feed her goddamn family. Because you niggas ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do shit about it, girl. You motherfuckers gonna drop a nut and go. I'm just telling you the truth. So when you're shaming me, you're shaming anybody that ever got any kind of hand up. You're shaming anybody who is taking care of their kids. Ain't nobody thinking about where the money comes from. The point is, they got to put food on the table, you stupid bald-head bastard. Like, government assistant getting you a house. Government assistant getting you. Girl did a lovely job. Thank you, government. Thank you. How you living? You showed us a picture yesterday, girl, of walking to some kitchen with plastic. You have plastic containers in open areas. That's what you're telling me. Okay, you're the design impresario, right? You're walking through, and you're trying to tell me that the finest. Hey, ding. What did do? Here we go. Stop being so bad. Get your baby here. Come on. You gotta calm down. Say hello. Say hello to people. Let's see if you do it. I said, "Yo, what you doing? Baby, look right here. Look right there. Look right there. You see him? Oh, you looked in the camera. You looked in the camera. You did it. You did it, Squeenie. Squeenie. Let me go ahead and put him away. Hold on a second. Oh, stop looking at my ass. I got to put my suspenders back on. I took them off one day and I never put them back on. Lord have mercy. Never would have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how he was there for me, and I can say that I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I am better. So much better. When I look back over all he brought me through, I can see that he's the one that brought me through, and I can say that I never would have made it. You get to be 63, punk, and see what condition you in. You say you got a 401k. How much is it? A lot of people are bragging about stuff, girl. They ain't got a right to be bragging to. How much is in the 401k, girl? How much are you working as a server? Don't they work on tips? How much have you actually paid into a 401k, nigga? Are you speaking to a fool? What's going to give you? I'm going to get 150 extra for the rest of my life. Look at me. Look at me. Girl, people got 401ks with hundreds of thousands of dollars in it, girl. This bullshit you ain't got nothing, food junkie. You're too stupid, girl. You're dumb. And the day's going to come when your punk ass is going to be on same thing I'm on, girl, like every other American citizen, honey. A diabetic patient, you know you get Social Security when you turn 60. You should focus on those large corporations that don't pay taxes. Girls, they worried about the little piece of shit I get. I mean, excuse me. I'm very grateful. I don't know what makes them so upset, girl. Child, sometimes I'll sit back and I'll say, Timothy, you know, I like to buy things, shop for things. What do you need? You know what the answer is? The food monster, the food junkie monster. I don't need a goddamn thing, girl. I cannot think of one motherfucking thing I need, bitch. So I don't know how you define I'm so miserable, little girl, so downtrodden, girl. It is your fear, punk. Would I go to a better restaurant? What would I do exactly? I was to go to Bahamas. I got no desire to travel nowhere, girl. And if I did, I have enough money to do that. Dumbass. She listens to people like that, girl. That's how people like Jay Wilson are able to have an audience, girl. So they're so gullible and so stupid, girl. They listen to anything. And then she tries to regurgitate what he said. And they all say the same shit over and over and over and over ad nauseum, girl. What the fuck you want, a cookie? You got to work. Okay. What, should I do something for you? The idiot brigade. Hi, Rico. Did I already said hi? Black folk beauty. Or the black B-folk beauty. Black of beauty. Of E-beauty. Whatever. Honey, I know you're regular. They need to worry about how long they're going to live, right? It's the time for him to start worrying, honey. Looking at that. You see the way he's showing the cheekbones? Lord have mercy. He was showing his cheekbones. Look at these cheekbones. Look at these cheekbones. Child, I hope that I wasn't the reason that boy grew that beard. Because it was shortly after I come and identify how ugly he was that he grew this beard, girl. Obviously, the nigga's very affected by it. She's still talking about 9 months later. Pitiful. I would not just go out and seek to just have people talking filthy to me for no reason. You ain't gonna get no money out of it, girl. You don't get enough views. So what's the point? You think you're proving something to me? She can't be a waitress forever. Lord have mercy. Age of 62, but they take 25% out of your money. Oh, okay. Oh, Soul Sister knows. Okay. Tashana. Okay. You talking to Tashana. Let's be clear. You can retire at the early age of 62, but they take 25% out of you. Oh, they take money out of it. Okay. So I heard that if you go on to 60, it's a 65 or 67, that you get more money. So you're saying that you would have had, they're subtracting that money from your early retirement, right? 25%. I didn't know that. See, since I was already hooked up, shall we say. I had nothing to lose by retiring at 62. Matter of fact, I didn't even know anything about it. They just called me one day and said, we need to talk to you. I go down there and they say, you're 62, you qualified. We're going to switch you now to your regular Social Security. It ain't nothing bad about it, baby. There's a whole lot of people on here, 62. Why y'all think they got people on here day and night, child? A lot of these people are retired people, right? Why would somebody else be concerned about how much money they get, right? But you're not going to be able to, if you don't have all these 401ks and all that, and that shit all runs out, child. A lot of these people ain't going to get about $160 more. But what I'm saying is this. If you don't have these systems in place, you're going to need more than just your Social Security, right? So while they're bragging, running their mouths and all this kind of shit, if you have housing, I can only speak about California. Here, when you get to be a senior citizen, you're 62, you are automatically qualified to receive subsidized housing, senior housing, and it doesn't take years. I had to wait years to get Section 8. I had to wait years. Literally years. I'm like 12 years. But if you are a retired person, if I were to get it now, you just walk into the office, girl, and you're in there in a year. I found that out because they say go in there, walk in there. I walked in there. Fortunately, I got this voucher thing before they came through. But at least here in California, you are qualified to get a housing subsidy, right? They have a problem with that. So no, they want to say, oh no, you got to keep on paying. You're paying $3,200. I paid that whole $3,200. I gave them the $3,200. So like you don't want to pay 30% of your income. You say that Social Security is so pitiful. So if your Social Security, girl, is only $1,000, girl, and you pay 30% of that, so you're paying $300 a month. But since you're so grand, you want to give them all of your retirement money. So whatever they give you from your 401k or whatever retirement you have from your job, girl, you really want to pay all that to rent. Am I to understand it correctly? Rent or mortgage. Is that what you want? Jay Wilson, in the case of Jay Wilson, this nigga's taking on a 35-year mortgage and in his 50s, right? In his 50s. Those all he's paying is interest, right? So when he does retire, and them knees give out, he's gonna have this mortgage he still got to pay. He's gonna be retired. He's gonna have no equity. All he's paying is interest. He'll probably have a second mortgage by then, girl, because at some point he's gonna stop working. So why would you want to retire? You say you got 2 401k. Why would you want to retire then and still maintaining the mortgage you had when you were working full time? In his case, 3 and 4 jobs. You want to maintain that same mortgage when you retire. Does that make a lot of sense? When what is available to you is that your rent will not exceed 30% of your income. So they make Section 8 like in senior housing. Actually, they're pretty much the same thing. That's a bad thing. Oh, look at what you got. Because the niggas were teasing your punk ass from being in the projects and being on welfare, and you didn't have the mental capacity to understand that they were probably on the same shit, or they wouldn't be there to talk shit about you. Bougie. Big ass niggas. They ain't got no career at all. If you had a real career, you wouldn't be spending your time on here. Sissy. Go down a little taste. Your keyboard is janky? Get your new keyboard, Shoshana. That's one of the cheapest things you can get. Keyboard and a mice. And a mouse. Mice. I was so stupid that when I got this new computer, this Apple computer, this was this comes with it, right? It's the mouse. It's a very nice mouse, and it's expensive mouse, right? But it comes with the Apple computer. Y'all remember when I bought it, right? But I thought it wouldn't work. I guess I hadn't moved it over to connect the mouse, and so I went and bought this damn thing, which I think it was something like $150. I didn't realize that they're the same thing. You can use this or this. I thought you had to put this on top of this because my mouse wouldn't work. So that was a pleasant experience. But there'll come a time when one thing will tear up, whatever, you got your backup. I need to go through all my cabinets and get rid of all the old headphones and all the old wires and all that shit. That's my next project. The knees say, that's it. That's right. Sit down somewhere, girl. These people think they're going to be in their 60s, just gun-ho to get up and go to work. I want to go to work. When they put me in the ground, they're going to work. I'm going to work till they put me in the... Girl, you know, all that shit is calculated upon you dying, girl, the next 10 years. What's that guy, Tully? What was he, 78? That's a long life. You know, you get 4-10, right? Or the 4-10 or 4-20. How's that go? People seem to go in their 60s, 70s. I mean, usually in their 70s or early 80s. But I think I'll be out of here in my early 70s. That seems to be, you know, a decent age. But even if I die tonight, girl, it's already been a success. I mean, I've already had a full life expectancy. That's a lot for a person who thought they were dying for most of the last 40 years, right? Most of it. Even when the medication came out, they said this will extend your life 5 years. Well, honey, that was 20 years ago. So they didn't know. You don't know, like I know, baby. That's a very, I may kid around singing songs and all that kind of stuff, but that's a very real thing, honey. So I ain't got no shame whatsoever about it. You should be telling people about it, girl. I know if it affected me, it could affect other people, right? Just have that faith that, okay, it can happen, because most people in recovery will tell you, you have to go to these meetings and raise your hand. You got to do this. You got to get a sponsor. It's forever and whatever. You got to go to meetings every day and all this kind of stuff. How did I get the idea that I am delivered? It's gone. That's unusual. And I've heard the testimonies of many, many, many people in my church life and even on here. When God does it, you think we shouldn't be telling people that? That's what the 12-step group is about anyway. I mean, all the 12 steps are to lead you to a better understanding of your relationship with God. It is that point of when you believe it. You got to believe it, baby. You got to receive it. I accept it. It is a done deal from this point on, and I have been faithful to it for 20 years. No, I'm not recovering addict my ass. I am delivered. God said you're delivered, and I believe it. I accept it as a reality. Paying mortgage and paying rent. What's the difference? I don't think there is much difference. The people who intend to buy houses in their future, if they are younger in their 30s and 40s, they can say, well, I want to get equity in my starter home, and I want to use that equity to get a better house at some point, right? And that's totally reasonable. But when you're an old bitch like Jay Wilson, girl, what is the point? Right? Now you're locked into a mortgage, girl. You ain't gonna be able to work but a couple more years, girl. Them knees give out, bitch. And them feet, honey. I saw them ankles, bitch. Woo! Honey, I saw them ankles on Jay Wilson. They look like shock absorbers, girl. People, be cautious when you're talking about other people's health conditions, right? Because we're all clothed in flesh, honey. There's a whole lot of stuff gonna come down the pike. How will you handle it? I am. Who is that? Those Lee somebody. Who's that guy to sing that song? A living testimony. Should have been dead and gone. Oh God, you let me live on. Some kind of brothers. I think the main singer is passed away now. Your cuz been on that med for HIV many years now. Well, they switch you off. You can use one, and then maybe 3, 4, 5 years later, then you switch to another one. But now they have so many drugs, I can't even think of them. I mean, I don't even know all of them. There's so many. But I've been on this one for maybe 5 years. Baby, it's like you take one pill a day. That's it. That's it. They say see your doctor every 3 months. You know, I like to do that because I'm an old man. I like to know what the hell's going on. But not everybody does that. The main thing is you take your medication. You take it once a time. If there comes a time when you have any kind of, I haven't had a viral load in 20 years. But it comes a time when you have a little bit of movement in your viral load, they just switch you to another drug. It ain't like the old days when you only had 2 or 3 choices, honey. You got a whole plethora of drugs that it can switch you off to. So we don't worry about HIV, honey. Honey, this age, you start worrying about that cancer. That's why I kicked my ass in there. Worry about that cancer. Worry about that heart. Worry about that liver and onions. The Williams brothers. That's that. Thank you. I was listening to him today. He's been through miracle after miracle, right? He don't just deliver you one time, baby. You get hooked in with that Holy Spirit, you'll start recognizing him all through your life. You say, you know what? I don't do that no more. I don't have a desire to do that anymore. That doesn't hurt me anymore, right? Used to be a time where you think you got to be with somebody. Oh, I got to be with somebody. Oh, I got to find a lover. Oh, my life going to be complete because I got a lover. And then at some point you say, you know, he can come or go. I wouldn't give a damn. I'm fine. I take more than that for sleep. Right. You take it one time in the morning. That's it, child. They have performed miracles. They didn't ever want to give God credit for nothing. They were all chomping at the bit to try to curse people when this AIDS epidemic came on, right? Ignore that we got a 30, 40 times worse now, but they all focused in on the HIV thing, right? That's the judgment of God. Oh, you done angered God now. Oh, it's what you deserve. All that. So then when the damn thing is practically eradicated, they ain't got nothing to say. God ain't this shit. Get your ass back in the ground, girl. Do you want to go and pray to God about COVID? Girl, sit down. Science have made it possible. And who put the science here? Who has equipped these scientists with these brains? Mm-hmm. It's still God, honey. God told me I was delivered. I knew I would never use drugs again in my life. I still went to program. I still had them pick me up in Vacaville and drive me to San Francisco and put me in the program. I still with the meetings for the first year. I still did everything that was indicated, honey. Because he has delivered you, don't mean you just be a fool. You got to participate in your own recovery, girl. Because there are things you're going to learn along the way so that you don't get yourself in any kind of trap or any kind of trouble, right? That's why I ain't got no motherfuckers coming in and out of here, girl. No. We ain't taking no chances, girl. We're peaceful and we want peace. Peace, I say. Lord, he let me live on. Y'all gonna get me going listen to my gospel tonight. God made it possible, honey. What else going on, people? Anything? I guess Miss Five Monsters over there. She's about to go live. So the situation is that she being sued by no, she's been reported to the police by Rita. I believe she's she's spending it, but perhaps she's going to go to court by Zoom. I guess they do stuff like that now. She ain't telling the whole truth, right? She's just playing with people. But I believe that court case is tomorrow. And she is still in Chicago making videos. But I think she's going on there. I guess Rita, but I did notice, who was the girl? Dee Dee. She posted the information on there. I mean, you can't help but see it. Apparently, what did she say? Yeah, I think she has a public defender. And they're saying that maybe she doesn't have to show up or something like that. Whatever. I don't give a damn what the hell they do, child. I don't care what the hell they do. If only Miss Five Monster could learn how to keep it on YouTube. Right? But no, she gets pressed in the corner. She goes take it somewhere else, somewhere ugly, child. And it's going to eventually fuck up her channel. You know that judge could even if it is a misdemeanor, he could easily do what they did to VS. They can say, okay, the problem is YouTube. They could ban her from social media. Apparently, it's a very hard thing to track because VS didn't come back. Right? Be very easy to get violated when you have all these enemies over here. You can't be boasting. She said she got 35,000 subscribers, which is probably a third or a fourth of that. I think maybe around 9,000 people. So you have 9,000 voices out there that could easily call and say she's online. Right. So of the 9,000, maybe 1,000 really don't like her or jealous or whatever it is. But you're just banned from YouTube. So it could happen, honey. They didn't give these judges the power to do that now. When they identify that, and they play a lot of video in court. I mean, that's not the way we were brought up with Perry Mason, honey. All these damn videos and videos and videos. But apparently that's a big part of Tasha K's case. They had getting it from the horse's mouth. We done recorded everything. It's all on film. So she better pray that they don't. Not only they probably put her on probation, but that they don't take her offline. They have the power to do that. Court tomorrow. They'll see. What I noticed was it was a misdemeanor. So if it was a misdemeanor, she more than likely won't go to jail. But as I said, there are other ways to skin a cat. All right, you guys. Let me get out of here. Perry Mason. You went way back. And Night Court. Right. Judge Mathis. All kind of court. I used to love Perry Mason though. Dun 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 dun. Perry Mason and Della Street. And Paul, what was the last boy's name? Paul Berger. No, the prosecutor was Berger, Mr. Berger. And then you had the private investigator. Who was that? It was Paul Drake. And the secretary was Della Street. Things not looking good for Tasha K. How many more days she has to go to trial, Rhonda McGee? I think they said originally it was 2 weeks. So she's well into her second week. Is that it? She'll be getting her ruling, honey. Who wants to work all this damn time, all these years, girl? No matter, and build up such an audience and build up whatever income she has, and to realize just that because of your stubbornness and your nastiness and evilness, they could just take it all away. You can go on and make more videos, but you got to start from the beginning. That never feels good. They never feel good. And what if they actually did that to Tasha K, where they banned her from YouTube? Now that would be a blow, honey. This girl got 1 million subscribers, maybe 200,000 or 300,000 people watching her a day. That could be substantial, right? So she's in there bragging about she's doing everything for money. She don't care and all this kind of shit. She said the girl, what's the girl's name? Anyway, Cardi B, she can afford the therapy. So she's saying right then, I mean, a judge would take that and say, okay, so you're saying you're willing to put this girl in therapy. In other words, you want to do damage, so much damage to her that she has to go and see a therapist. And you don't give a damn. It's just for views. You gonna get your money? Sounds like somebody else we know. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming in. Y'all have a wonderful Wednesday night, and we'll see what happens in court tomorrow. Later.